All right, let me turn that down a little bit. There we go. All right. Whoops. Keep doing that. Damn it. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go here. All right. There we are. Okay. All right. Doesn't really matter if I have no one in here. But what is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cavs live stream. And tonight, as you can tell to my right here, but as you see on the screen, it's to the left side. But to me, it's on my right side. Yeah, right here. That is this lovely thing right here. It's the Cavs' second half schedule. Now, Cavs, as you look at the schedule, you notice that the Cavs actually ended their first half pretty strong. I mean, of course, you see all those L's. Oh, look at all those L's. That's ugly. Man. 10 straight L's from February 3rd all the way up until February 21st. Of course, we had that game against San Antonio postponed. And in those 10 straight losses, there was really, one game that ended close, and that was against the Suns, a game that we honestly probably should have won, if I'm being honest, but we didn't. So, yeah, we ended the first half on a winning note, which is great. You love that. But now we enter the second half on March 12th. So this week, fresh off the All Star break, we had no one in Atlanta. So I guess you could say that was kind of a good thing because that allowed our guys to get healthy and rest up. Now, hopefully, as we get going for the second half, we'll be getting some guys back. Guys like Kevin Love, Larry Nance, Dellavedova, who hasn't played at all this year. Hopefully, Garland's feeling all right. He got hurt in the Indiana game, a game which we were stomping the Pacers the entire game. And then Garland gets hurt, and it's like, of course, he gets hurt, and we fall apart. Now, what really hurt us in that game, 25 turnovers. TJ McConnell had a triple double. He had nine plus forced turnovers. Like he was taking the ball away. Steals. Yeah, there you go. Steals. But yeah, he had 9 or so steals. I think that was in the first half alone. Like, bro, we were being so reckless with the ball. Like, dude, what's up with the poor ball handling? They were being so lazy with the passes, man. You're literally saying, here, take the ball. There was literally a couple occasions where we literally gave them the ball. And then to close out the game, Colin Sexton might have had, well, he did have one very weird backcourt violation. Like, they can't even dribble the ball correctly at times. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Like, damn. I mean, I get the Pacers are being very aggressive. But God, bro, take care of the ball. We were whooping these guys 19 points at one point. 19-point lead. And we lose by 3 because Dylan Windler pulled a J.R. Smith and he went for 2. I guess he was trying to be, he thought he had like a 1,000 IQ. I'm going to go for the 2, but then it's like you got a foul. And, oh, yeah, we have no timeouts, so we can't even advance the ball. So you fouled. Okay. Well, they made both free throws, and we wound up, not getting anything. So, yeah. hopefully, guys are healthy, which after this nice little break, they probably will be, hopefully. But let's get diving into the second half schedule. And I'm going to give you my prediction. So look at the chat real quick. What's up, Slay? What's going on? But as of this moment, the Cavs currently sit at 14-22. And we're actually not the worst team in the league. We are not. No, we are not. We are the probably third worst team. We're bottom tier though. The Pistons are bad though. I mean, God. And the Rockets. Get this. The Rockets, a team that we had not swept in 20 years. We swept them for the first time in 20 years or something like that this year. My goodness, man. I'll tell you one thing, life was good during that winning streak. You know, that 4-game winning streak, life was good. It's almost like, because if you remember, before that losing streak, like our defense was there. It's just like offense wasn't there. It was kind of meh. But then during that 10-game streak, man, oh my God, we could not defend crap. Look at the final scores. Look at those final scores right there. 121-99, 123-105, 124-99, 119-113, 133-95. Oh my God. 129-110, 120, was that 128-111, 129-98, 120-103, 117-111. Like, dude. Bruh, like, defense just vanished out of nowhere. And then we, I guess, started hitting shots. Of course, Atlanta, that game literally came down to the wire, thanks to Lamar Stevens, of all people. He won us that game. And then we stomp on Houston. We beat Philadelphia again. And then we, once again, beat up on Houston. So, yeah. And then that Indiana game happened. But now you look at our second half schedule, and it's pretty tough. Of course, Friday, March 12th, we start off against New Orleans on the road, 8 o'clock. In fact, we start off on the road, like 3-game road trip in New Orleans. On Sunday, March 14th, we're in Atlanta. And then Tuesday, March 16th, we're in Miami for the first time. Yeah, we face the Heat for the first time. Now, I think it's very possible we start the second half 2-1. I think we can definitely get some wins going in the second half. You know, I mean, if our defense actually shows up and if our offense can start clicking like it was during that 4-game winning streak, especially if Love and Nance come back and Dellavedova, we may be able to maybe, again, surprise some teams and maybe steal a couple dubs. What's up, Paramjot? We probably going to buy out Drummond. Trade Kevin Chetty to Dallas for KP plus a pick. Nah. Kevin, no. Chetty, KP, the Kevin and Chetty thing, that could work. That could happen. But for KP, I think if we trade anyone to Dallas, it could be those two. But I think if we're getting anything from them, I think it'll be like James Johnson, Powell, maybe a pick or two as well. Well, that's going to be tough, though, because they got to match Kevin Love's salary. That's the thing. They got to come up with like $30 million in salary to send over here or something like that. It's going to be weird. Maybe get a third team involved. I think if we trade Kevin, we're going to have to get a third team involved. Holy crap. But yeah, I think Drummond, I don't think we're going to buy him out. I know Lakers fans are over here hoping and praying that we buy him out, you know. But honestly, I think that would be like the nuclear option. Like, the only way we're buying him out is if we literally like can't trade him, and we're trying to trade him still. I mean, you got what 2 more weeks to try to trade him. And these contender teams, there's teams interested in him. It's just nothing has happened yet. I'm actually surprised no one's traded for him yet. I mean, you got Brooklyn fans on Twitter wanting him because they're trying to build the world's greatest super team. I mean, they just traded for Blake No Bounce Griffin. Bounceless Blake Griffin. That dude lost all bounce in his step. I don't think he's dunked in like 2 years. His shot is kind of meh. Like, he's a good bench piece, in my opinion. But I don't know what the heck Brooklyn's going to do. Imagine they do all this stuff only to get, like, second rounded. Wouldn't that just be so bad? Like, it's still crazy to me that we beat the Nets. Like, we actually beat them. Granted, it was in their first 2 games together. But still, we beat them. And not to mention, we took a young stud center from them. We legit got a center of the future in Jared Allen now. They helped speed up the process, the tank. Yeah, we got ourselves a center. We got ourselves a good point guard, shooting guard combo. By the way, I'm repping Darius Garland. Yeah, this is my shooting guard. This is, I guess you could say, my point/shooting guard. He and Sexton are kind of interchangeable. We got Okoro. I guess you could say he's probably our number 3. So really all we need is a 4, and we're set. Kevin Love. Love you, Kevin. Thank you for 2016, but your time is running out here. Yeah. I mean, would I be mad if we don't trade him? No. I love Kevin Love. As long as he can stay healthy, he'll be a good piece for us. Nobody's going to trade for him now because they're like, okay, you expect us to trade for a guy who we've only seen, 2 games? 2? 3 games, if that? Nah. They're gonna have to see what he can do at some point before they, throw picks and players at us for him. But I'm sure he would definitely help a contender, especially if you face Steph Curry, because apparently this dude is all of a sudden a Curry stopper. At least he was with us in 2016. I can tell that dude was literally trying all he could to try to clamp up Curry. Man, he was struggling, but he did his thing. He did his thing. He was struggling so hard to stay in front of Curry because he knew if he gave Curry an inch, that dude just going to pop up and try to hit a dagger, and who knows what would have happened at that point. But yeah, we got New Orleans, Atlanta, Miami on the road. I could see us maybe taking, at worst, one of those 3. Atlanta is probably the most winnable game of those 3. New Orleans, I mean, they're meh. They have Zion. They have some good pieces. But if we have Larry Nance and if we're shooting good, I think we can beat them. I think we take 2 of 3 out of that. Not going to really get too deep into record prediction. After Miami, we head home literally the next night to face Boston. And then in 2 days after that, we have San Antonio. And then another 2 days later, we have Toronto. And then we have a nice little back-to-back with Toronto. Oh, I'm sorry, not Toronto. Tampa Bay, because they're playing in Tampa now, at least until the border reopens and all that crap. But yeah, we play Tampa Bay, and then we have Sacramento at home. So we have a nice little 4-game homestand again. Maybe we could take at least 1 or 2 of those games. I think we can take Sacramento. Toronto, I keep wanting to say, I guess I'll just call them Toronto/Tampa Bay. Toponto. There you go, Toponto. Oh my God. But yeah, I think we can take those 2 games. Boston and San Antonio, I'm not sure about, but I think we can definitely beat Sacramento and whatever, the Raptors. Yeah, there you go. Then we head on the road it's like we were home for 4 games. Now we're back on the road for a crazy long trip. It's literally, we go to Chicago on the 24th of Wednesday, March 24th. Then the 26th, we're all the way out west to face the Lakers. The next night, 10 o'clock p.m., we're in Sacramento. And then 2 nights later, we're in Utah. Then we head home for a quick cup of coffee with the Sixes. And then we're back on the road in Miami 2 days later, or 2 nights later, whatever. And then, yeah, after Miami, we're on the road still in San Antonio, April 5th. April 8th, we're in Oklahoma City. So, yeah, we're on the road for a 7 out of 8 road trip with a nice little quick pit stop back at home against Philadelphia on April Fool's Day, which is, I believe, the same day as Indians opening day. I don't think they're at home, though. I think they're in Detroit for that, but yeah. I was going to say, if they were, bro, because, of course, Progressive Fields having fans, that whole area would have been crazy. But Indians are playing, I think, in the afternoon this year, so that'll be fun. Won't have to wait all day for us to play. And we should draft Rondale Moore out of Purdue. I remember him giving, oh, God, don't remind me. Go after Von Miller for a 1-year deal if he gets cut. John Collins from Atlanta. Thoughts on Devin Booker? Stud. Dude's a killer. I mean, I would have loved to see him last night, but yeah, things happen. It's the All-Star game. I mean, it doesn't really matter. People are probably wondering, am I mad that Sexton got overlooked for the All-Star game? Honestly, no, because if you look at it like this, it gives us a chance to rest up and, heal up instead of playing in a meaningless game. I mean, yeah, it was entertaining, but it has no meaning whatsoever to the schedule. I mean, if you look at the MLB for a long time there, for all you newbies who just started watching the MLB, they actually used to have a legit reward for the league that won the All-Star game in Major League Baseball. If your league won the All-Star game, you got home field advantage in the World Series. Like, dude, that used to be like the prize for the MLB. Every year in the All-Star game, you win, you get World Series home field advantage. But I mean, in the NBA, of course, you win, you get, do charities and stuff. But yeah, it's whatever. But after we're done with our nice little 7-night, 7 game out of 8 road trip with like I said, with a nice little pit stop. I guess you could say that you could call it a 7-game road trip with a quick pit stop back at home to face Philadelphia. And after that, we face the Raptors at home. And then we have New Orleans at home, April 9th and April 11th. Then we're back on the road for a game against Charlotte, April 14th. Back at home the next night to face off against the Golden State Warriors. Then we got the 17th of April. We got Chicago on the road. Then we head to Little Caesars Arena. I guess you might as well call that place the Pizza Palace. The Pizza Palace. Love it. Facing the Pistons. Oh my God, the Pizza Palace Pistons. Hey. Monday, April 19th in Detroit. Then April 21st, we face the Bulls again at home. Then we're back on the road facing Charlotte, April 23rd. On April 25th, we face the Wizards. April 26th, we're still on the road, I guess technically in Toronto, Tampa Bay, to face the Raptors. April 28th, we're home against Orlando. April 30th, we're at home again facing Washington. May 1st, we face Miami. May 4th, we're home against Phoenix. And Portland, the next night, we host the Trailblazers. So we had a nice little homestand. We have Orlando, Washington, Miami, Phoenix, and Portland. Nice. And then we're back on the road for a game against Dallas, May 7th. And then May 9th, we're facing Dallas at home. So we have a back-to-back. That's actually very rare on our schedule. We face the same team 2 straight days or 2 straight games. I don't think that's really happened at all on our schedule. I think that's actually the first and only time that happens. I mean, there's a couple occasions in there where we face one team, we face a different team, and then we face the same team from the first game before. That's happened a couple times, like with the Rockets. You know, it was like Rockets, Sixers, Rockets. That happens a couple times on our schedule. And the Bulls, too. Bulls, Pistons, Bulls. Yeah. But then we got the Pacers again, May 10th, to finish out our series against them. May 12th, we're home against Boston in our final home game of the year. And then May 14th, we're on the road against Washington. And then we end our season May 16th against Brooklyn. So how about that? You know, we faced Brooklyn when they first made the trade, you know, and to everyone's surprise, we beat them both times. In the first game, Sexton dropped 42 points. Then he dropped 25 again. And he's been going off lately, man. You'd love to see it. And then we don't face them again until the last game of the year when they're probably gonna have a playoff spot locked up. I mean, I remember like in certain occasions in years past where teams would like rest stars on the final day, especially when you clinch. But I don't think they're going to do that unless they're firmly secured. You know. But yeah, that's our schedule for the second half. If I had to say how many wins I think we got, well, we got 14 right now. I think we could easily eclipse maybe 10 wins, 11, 12 wins out of these games. I think we could definitely beat New Orleans, beat Atlanta. I think we can definitely beat Sacramento, maybe the Raptors. That's possible, but I'm going to say Sacramento for sure because they're not very good. Chicago, I think we can beat March 24th. Yeah, I mean, LA, we'll see about that. Sacramento. I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole schedule and tell you who I think we're going to beat, but I think we're going to win maybe 10 some games. 24, maybe 30 wins at the absolute most. For a team that, I mean, not overall too bad. I mean, I say probably 25, 30 wins to finish out the season. Yeah. Not too bad. I mean, as long as I don't really care how many wins we have, as long as we look good. If Allen and Sexton and Garland and Larry Nance, if we keep him, because a lot of teams have been talking to us about possibly acquiring him. He wants to be a Cav for life. I don't see us trading him unless we get an absolute haul or something for him. Like, I'm talking like, in terms of like a rating, probably like an A-rated player, like a borderline, not superstar, but a very good like player. I don't know exactly what player we would get for Larry Nance, but I'm not trading Larry Nance. No. Chetty, yes. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through our roster and tell you who I think we're going to trade. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of the schedule because we don't need this anymore. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch myself out. There we go. And then I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to go pop. There we go. Okay. So looking at our roster, all right, I'm going to tell you who I think we could trade before the 25th. Yeah, let me look at the chat real quick. Brown should go after Vine. Okay. You can speed guy next to Odell. Can't rely on O. What's up? What's up, sports expert? But yeah, 30 wins would be great. That would be fantastic. And people say, "Oh, but what about the bro?" Like, we've been one of the worst teams in the NBA for God knows for how many years now since LeBron left. We have not gotten the first pick at all. Like, what, the last 2 years, we've been trash. We've been, like, We've been cucked by the league. Fifth pick 2 straight years or something like that? Fifth and sixth pick? The freaking Pelicans had 30 wins a couple years ago, and they got the first overall pick, and they got Zion. Honestly, if I'm Dan Gilbert, I'm literally saying, bruh, like, this whole freaking tanky thing is bullpucky. Like, you're not guaranteed to get the first overall pick. No, when was, like, I mean, yeah, this past year, the Warriors were like the worst team in the league, or one of the worst. They had the number 2 pick. Tell me how many wins the number 1 pick, the team that had number 1 pick, tell me how many wins they had last year. I think the T-Wolves were legit like the worst team in the league last year. That might have been like the first time since they changed the lottery around. But still, the freaking Pelicans had 30 wins, and they got Zion. Wow. So you look at our roster, Jared Allen, absolute stud, untouchable. Dellavedova, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if he was, thrown in a trade as a sweetener, but I don't think he's going to get traded unless we're getting a backup point guard because Damian Dotson, bruh, heck no, trash. He was good to start, but then all of a sudden he turned into garbage. Like, I would like Damian Dotson to revert back to what he was earlier in the year when he would come in and he would hit shots. Now all he's doing is out here shooting bricks. We were giving him crunch time minutes against the Pacers because Garland got hurt. But, oh well. So, Drummond, he's gone. Garland, duh, he ain't going nowhere. Love, I don't know if I don't think he's going to get traded yet unless a team really, really wants him and they're capable of matching the money so this trade could work, because that's one of the big things. Money, you got to be able to match his freaking humongous salary. $31 million, not easy to match. Probably going to need a third team for that. Let's see what's popping. Could we make the 10th seed? Cavaliers can surprise anyone at home. I've seen them beat. I mean, we beat the freaking Sixers and Nets at home. We could beat anybody. Legit. I mean, in those 10 games that we lost, some of those we were winning. And things just didn't go our way. Like, our defense would lapse or our offense would disappear. It's not like we were getting blown out the entire game in a lot of those. But still, Love, I could see him getting traded if a team is desperate enough. But I think it'll be a year or two before he really gets dealt. JaVale McGee. This is an interesting one. Love JaVale. Really cool guy in the locker room. I think he's going to get traded. I think he'll be dealt. He could be the next guy to get dealt. Who knows? Larry Nance. Oh man, I don't want to see him go, bro. But I've heard teams are looking at him. T-Wolves included. And oh boy, I just hope Kobe Altman can resist the urge to say yes. Like, bro, say no. Like in elementary school when they talk to you about, drugs and stuff, man, and they say just to tell you to literally just say no. Well, if someone asks you about Larry Nance, you just say no. Don't trade him. Keep him around. He's a Clevelander. Like, dude, he's from the area. He wants to be a Cav for life. He's wearing his dad's freaking number, for Pete's sake. Isaac Okoro, rookie, not getting traded. Duh. Obviously. Osman, it's possible he could get traded, especially if he's like a throw-in. I have heard teams are actually interested in him, which is surprising to me, but yeah, whatever. Taurean Prince, it wouldn't shock me if he gets traded. But overall, I don't think he gets dealt. Where Lamar Stevens, two-way player, I doubt he gets traded. Broderick Thomas, he's in the G League right now. Dean Wade, I don't think he'll get dealt, although it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, honestly, he would be like a third throw-in guy, like just to sweeten up any like deal that's like this close. It's like, like the deal's about ready to be finished, and they're like, okay, Cavs, we just need you to throw in one more player, like over like somewhere over like 1.5 mil. So they'd be looking at the roster and they'd be like, oh, Dean Wade, man, let's throw Dean Wade in there. Dean Wade would be that guy that would get traded and immediately cut, and then we'd go out and sign him back to like a two-way deal or whatever, and he'd be in the G League or something for us. And then you got Dylan Windler. Tell you one thing, when Dylan Windler is on point, he hits everything. But yeah, I don't see him getting traded. So in reality, I think there is realistically probably 4 players I could see getting traded. Drummond, McGee, Chetty, and if anything, I'm going to say probably maybe Torian. He's kind of on the meh, but definitely, 3 players, definitely. Torian's kind of borderline. But yeah, that's the way I see it right there. So, T-Wolf said 19 wins. Yeah, I got Edwards' first pick. Could we make the 10th seed? Well, real quick, let's take a look at the NBA standings. And let's see like where we stand compared to the other teams in the East. Because I know one thing, when the first half of the season ended, we were actually right there. Like you would think with our record, we'd be like 20 or some games behind the other team. Behind 10 plus games behind 8th. Or whatever, but we're actually relatively close. We're actually right there. Out of the playoff race. I mean, as long as our guys come back healthy and we start maybe getting a couple wins to start off our second half, we might be able to slip in. Sure, we're probably going to be a first round exit if we even make it out of the play-in round if we get there. But hey, it'd be valuable playoff experience for the young guys. But yeah, right now we are in 13th at 14-22. We are 10 games behind the Sixers, which is actually crazy, but to think it's actually crazy to think where would we be if we didn't play like garbage for those 10 losses. If we would have won a couple of those, we'd probably be right in the thick of things. I mean, if you look at it, we're actually just 2.5, 3.5 games out of 10th place. Wow. We're at 10 games behind. Pacers are 7.5, so we're 2.5 games behind the Pacers. So, I mean, it's possible. I mean, we'll definitely know if we have a chance by the end of this month into April, and we'll see what happens. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. NBA season's going by hella quick, but hey, at least the Cavs are watchable. Going into this season, I was like, I don't care if we suck. I just want to know. I just want us to be watchable. And not only are we watchable, we're fun, and we actually beat some good teams. We're not no easy dub. At least we weren't for a while there. And then those 10 games happened, and everyone was saying, yeah, they're a pushover. And then we come out of nowhere and beat the Sixers, got Sixers fans triggered, But, yeah, it's whatever, right? So, with that being said, guys, I know this stream was probably a little choppy because internet, Wi-Fi, good stuff, right? But I'll see you guys tomorrow because guess what? My first Browns free agency target video comes out tomorrow afternoon. It'll probably be out sometime after 4 o'clock, which is when I presume the tag deadline is, unless they move it, which I've heard they could. They could push it back. And in that case, I'm still going to release the videos. It's just I'm probably going to be very wrong because just like last year, look what happened when Anthony Harrison, was it Joe Tooney? They got franchise tagged, and I look like a dummy. But, yeah, so far, Dak Prescott got an extension. Justin Simmons got tagged. Brandon Scherf got tagged. Marcus May got tagged. There's, I guess, a vibe that Carl Lawson could get tagged. And I've heard, I'm going to do a whole video probably talking about, I mean, of course, my target videos. I don't want to spoil too much. But I've heard the Browns are definitely looking at some good pass rushers. It'll be interesting to see how this goes down. But not going to say who my first target video will be on. You're just going to have to wait until tomorrow. But I think you're going to like who it'll be. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. It's 11:06 p.m. I'm going to head on out of here and enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my first Browns free agency target video. God, it's already free agency. Like, the crazy thing is, a week from right now, I probably would have flushed out probably 4 videos on the Browns going to sign guys, or even rumor videos. Because remember, I'm doing rumor videos too. When I hear like someone say, "Yeah, the Browns are interested in this guy or that guy," I mean, yeah, we got our beat writers doing on the radar tweets saying the Browns are going to be looking at these guys. I might crank out a video tomorrow too, talking about a potential trade candidate for the Browns. Like, I was gonna do one on David Njoku today, but my computer does not like me for some reason. I literally had the video ready to upload, like it was on YouTube uploading, and then it's all of a sudden saying, "We can't do that for you. Sorry, buddy." It's like, okay. Well then, so yeah, I'm gonna try and get a video out tomorrow, so plan to look out for that. But probably at most, I'm probably gonna have 2 videos out tomorrow. But yeah, just definitely keep an eye out for the Browns free agent target video. And for those who don't know, like how this goes, pretty much from tomorrow until I'll be posting individual free agent target videos, guys who I think the Browns or who I want the Browns to sign. Who I think or who I want them to sign. And then on Sunday, the day before free agency is set to open, or at least the legal tampering part of it anyway, when agents and teams can talk, but they can't agree yet. They can come to an agreement, but they can't sign on the dotted line. I'll do 5 more free agents I want to sign. So it should be a lot of fun.